10. The saga of Amanda Knox has been one of the most public cases of the modern age. This 2016 documentary chronicles her journey from being convicted for the 2007 murder of her roommate Meredith Kircher to her experience of being smeared by the press and her eventual acquittal. Knox tells her story in her own words, alongside interviews with her ex-boyfriend Raffaele Solicito, also convicted and acquitted, and others involved in the case, all speaking directly to the camera. 9. The story of an aspiring van life vlogger who went missing while traveling the country with her fiancé in an RV captivated America as it unfolded over the summer of 2021. Online, Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie appeared to be living the dream. They were two young, attractive people in love, driving around the country as Gabby attempted to document their journey on YouTube. But behind the scenes, the young couple was struggling with big issues. And after Gabby is murdered and Brian disappears, the truth finally comes out. A documentary that emphasizes the importance of knowing the markers of domestic violence and controlling relationships, American Murder. Gabby Petito serves as a tribute to a young person gone too soon and a roadmap that hopefully steers others away from embarking down a similar path. 8. In March of 1998, Amy Bradley and her family left Virginia and boarded a Royal Caribbean cruise ship for a vacation. Amy never came home, and her body was never found. Almost 30 years have passed since Amy disappeared, but her family believes she is still alive and out there somewhere. Amy Bradley is Missing is a 3-part documentary series dedicated to Amy's case, the story of her life, and the work Amy's family and friends have done since she went missing to try to bring her home. Featuring interviews with Amy's loved ones, the law enforcement officers dedicated to her case, and the witnesses who claim to have spotted her over the years, the documentary can't conclusively say what happened to Amy, but it does offer some plausible theories. 7. This award-winning documentary follows the revelation that USA Gymnastics, USAG, Dr. Larry Nassar, had been sexually assaulting countless female athletes under his care. The expose began when reporters at the Indianapolis Star got a tip that they should investigate USAG. As the truth slowly came out, gymnast Maggie Nichols, referred to as Athlete A at the time to protect her identity, was key to shedding light on the abuses that had been going on for years, supposedly with a nod from at least one of the organization's higher-ups. One of the rare examples of true crime being inspiring, Athlete A is a valuable record of recent history and a beacon of accountability. 6. Yoga's evolution from a traditional Indian practice to Western exercise movement can be partially attributed to the rise of Bikram yoga. Bikram Choudhury, a world-famous yogi whose clientele in the 1,970 seconds included everyone from Hollywood actors to Richard Nixon, founded Bikram's Yoga College of India in Los Angeles, and his popularity in teacher training programs helped foster the yoga health trend in the late 90 seconds. Described by one of his former students as a cross between Mother Teresa and Howard Stern, Bikram's yoga empire came crashing down amidst accusations of rape and sexual harassment that emerged in the 21st century. A film directed by Eva Orner, Yogi, Guru, Predator, tells the story of Yogi Bikram's rise and fall, as told by the people who studied with him, the women who were abused by him, and the followers who continue to defend him. 5. This fast-paced, gritty docuseries dives into the drug wars of the 1,980 seconds and how cocaine and the money that followed it transformed South Florida. The series describes the heyday of drug trafficking in Miami in particular, exploring how the kingpins held power through scare tactics and keeping the body count sky high. With detailed interviews, crime scene photos, and fascinating stories, Cocaine Cowboys gives a behind-the-scenes look into a world that seems far away. 4. Corporate corruption is always entertaining, and Dirty Money carries that torch further. Each episode in its 2 seasons takes a deep dive into how greed, creative accounting, and outright fraud can cause widespread damage while those in the know make out like bandits. True incidents like the Volkswagen emissions scandal and the underhanded actions behind the growth of Wells Fargo are brought to life through interviews with both victims of these financial crimes and those who committed them. It's as infuriating as it is entertaining, and it's a great way to get a fully fleshed out true crime story in quick hit episodes. 3. Fans of Cecilia Peck's Starz docuseries Seduced Inside the NXIVM Cult might want to check out her newest project, Escaping Twin Flames. One of 2 documentaries released on the Twin Flames universe cult in 2023, the other is Desperately Seeking Soulmate, Escaping Twin Flames Universe, now streaming on Amazon Prime Video. Peck's new 3-part docuseries tells the story of a couple who converted their success on YouTube into roles as the leaders of a cult, targeting people looking for love. The accusations leveled at the cult are familiar: abuse, control, indoctrination, but Escaping Twin Flames does a good job of shining a light on a little-known community that preys on people so determined to find love They're willing to look past the red flags of the high-control group they were in. 2. It's not hard to see how the 2003 murder of Brian Wells, now known as the collar bomb or pizza bomber case, still piques the curiosity of true crime enthusiasts even 2 decades later. This 4-part docuseries reveals that nothing is as it seems, given that Wells may have actually been under duress himself when he tried to rob a bank in Erie Pa. Tune in for the twisted timeline of events that led to a senseless murder, and stay for the fascinating correspondence the directors maintained with the alleged mastermind behind the robbery gone wrong. 1. For some people, few things are scarier than a religious cult, unless that cult is also pulling the strings behind a powerful government. That's exactly what the family claims is going on in Washington, D.C., as an influential group of Christian men, called the Fellowship Foundation, wields its influence to bring about its favored goals on a global scale. The 5-part limited series teases out the few known details about the group, shedding light on the many conspiracy theories that surround its members, practices, and ambitions. If even just some of the criminal activity alleged in the series is true, it's pretty diabolical stuff. Don't forget to subscribe and share.